And welcome inside the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Tim Mulhelpt, and this is your Sports Nightly Ticker. Happy Wednesday, Huskers fans. Yesterday we mentioned Nebraska swimming and diving earning their CSCAA Scholar All-American team honor. Today, 6 individual Husker student athletes from the same program were named academic at CSCAA Scholar All-Americans. Autumn Habig was named to the first team, while 5 of her teammates, Ella Stein, JoJo Ranby, Sarah Troyer, Hallie Roman, and Reagan Hines, all made second team. Well done to all. And congratulations to Nebraska women's golfer Megan Whitaker for earning a spot in the 2022 U.S. Women's Amateur Championship after qualifying with a score of 70 at Eagle Bend Golf Course in Lawrence, Kansas last night. The championship begins Monday, August 8th and continues through Sunday, August 14th. And one more congratulations to former Huskers men's basketball forward Lat Mayen, who was today signed to a new pro contract for the Cairns Taipans of the National Basketball League in Australia, as Lat dominated for their affiliate team, the Cairns Marlins. And Lat, in 6 games with the affiliate team, which is why he's being promoted with a new contract, averaged 19.8 points, 7 rebounds per game, and shot 53% from three-point range. So congratulations to Lat, and we look forward to seeing how he does in the NBL. Over to North American pro sports this evening in Major League Baseball. Several games already final today. The Yankees beat the Athletics 5-3. The Tigers topped the Giants 3-2. The Padres shut out the Diamondbacks 4-0. The Royals beat the Rangers 2-1. The Mets were blanked by the Astros 2-0. Pirates, in a thriller with 3 home runs from Brian Reynolds, won 8-7 over the Nationals. And the Brewers topped the Rays 5-3. One game close to being final. The Mariners heading into the 9th with a 9-3 lead over the Orioles. A few games later tonight, in just a few moments, we'll see the Braves take on the Phillies. The Red Sox meet the Blue Jays, and the Twins battle the Guardians all in the next 5 minutes. We'll get underway. And then at 6:45, the Marlins take on the Cardinals. At 7:05, the Reds will battle the Cubs. At 7:40, the Dodgers and Rockies meet out west. And at 8:38, the White Sox take on the Angels. That is the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhelpt, and this is Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
In motion is Brewington. They snap it back, fake the handoff, looking to throw. They flip it out the flat to Brewington, makes a catch. Touchdown, Nebraska. Well, that looked easy that time. Brewington came in motion, and instead of cutting down the block, kept out in the flat, flipped it out to him for an easy 6 points. And Treese now sends a man in motion. They turn, they flip it off to McDuffie, trying to race to the edge. Gets around JoJo Doma, but can't get around Nick Henrich. He'll go down. He'll lose 3 yards, back to the 23-yard line. What a play by Nebraska. It's caught. Touchdown. Omar Manning. What a grab in the end zone, and the Huskers have 6 more points.
What a throw and catch. Yes.
Nice jitterbug move, and it bounced into the outside 40 to the 50-yard line, to the 40, 30-yard line, 20. That's Grant, 15, 10, 5. He's in there. Touchdown, Anthony Grant, with an electrifying move at the line of scrimmage, scoots to the outside and dashes down the sideline.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody, on the Huskers Radio Network.
And good evening. Welcome to another edition of Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network. We're broadcasting inside of our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. I should say Jessica's in the studio. I'm on location, out and about this week, but joining the program and glad to be here with you tonight. Jessica, it's the 29th of June, and I'm rewinding in my mind back 12 months ago, and what a launch it was for NIL. We're almost to the 1-year anniversary mark of that major change to college athletics. And I just want to take a little bit of time tonight to talk about how that's gone. And I think in a lot of ways it's gone very, very well. I think that a lot of athletes, maybe a lot more than we thought, are going to benefit from this. Maybe not to huge degrees, but I think it's encompassed an awful lot of student athletes, and it's in a lot of ways accomplished what a lot of people hoped that it would.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's crazy, now that you say that and you think about where we were, and it was the night before and even 2 days before. Remember, a lot of states didn't have the legislation passed, and Nebraska was set up in a way they were ready to roll July 1st, but a lot of places were not, and it was just kind of a whirlwind, and we had no idea what the journey was going to embark upon. And while there have been some crazy numbers that we've heard about for football guys and quarterbacks and needing $2 million at least to get a top-tier quarterback, it's been really, really neat to see some of the student athletes, especially here, really kind of start their own businesses. They're young business people and learning how to manage and oversee their own personal brands and how they grow that and the things that they're involved in. And it's not always about $1 million or $100,000. I mean, how many times have we heard former student athletes come on and say, hey, even an extra $50 a week would have been great for me to be able to have. And you're seeing a lot of these athletes take advantage of being able to do camps in their hometowns, which have been so neat to see all these youngsters getting to go to these camps, and that wasn't something that they could do before. And then just the even the little things that you can do, maybe go get a free meal because you're sponsoring a burrito place or whatever that might be. I mean, yeah, there's so many different opportunities, and it's really awesome to see, especially here at Nebraska, the female student athletes that have really been able to capitalize on all of the NIL deals. But yeah, it's wild now that you say that to rewind and think about where we were a year ago. I mean, we had no idea what we were about to get into.
No, we didn't. The extra $50 a week would let you buy some pies, right? And I'm talking about pizzas. You talk about developing your own business plan. Lexi's son was certainly ready for this last July 1st. I think Cam Jurgens did a pretty good job of kind of marketing himself during the football season. A lot of other athletes, I think, have just taken advantage of with maybe a autograph session, or maybe come out and talk to a group of people and get compensated for coming out and making a speech to people. So, and you're right. I think some people said, it won't trickle into the female sports at all. Well, it has at Nebraska. I think a lot of different female athletes have been able to profit from this in a wide variety of sports. I think even including like softball has picked up some NIL money.
Absolutely. And I saw the other day I think it was Open Doors put it out, the top 10 women that have benefited off of NIL, and 7 of the 10 are women's basketball players. Obviously here, those volleyball players are who are benefiting the most. But, it's neat to see the investment and any little thing that you can, do NIL wise, and there's so many. Open Doors and Nebraska have done just such a good job because, again, Nebraska as a university cannot facilitate any of this, but that's where Open Doors has made it so easy for businesses to get involved and go, okay, you want to get involved with this student athlete, and you click on it, and it's just, and learning how to manage all of that and the taxes and all of that education part of it. It's not just throwing out money to these student athletes. They've got to be able to, do things where they're, the businesses have to be able to file their taxes. The student athletes are going to be responsible for their taxes. And so I think probably a lot of them learned a lot, too, about things that they probably didn't know a lot about before last year either.
Now, while I think in a large sense it's been a very positive thing, I think there's also maybe some danger lurking, maybe the best way to put it. These collectives that have been formed now by a lot of schools, I think that could get out of control if there isn't some kind of governing body to make sure that that's being done properly. And I know Nebraska's keeping tabs on the collectives that have kind of popped up around here in the last year, but I think we got to be careful. I think we got to be mindful of that as we move forward, that I think the initial rush has been good. I do think we could get to the point where it's just almost like buying a player to come play for you and then not having them do anything for it. It also, I think, is, how should I say this, rendered the NCAA pretty powerless, right? I don't think the NCAA has much teeth left in anything as they move into this thing. So I worry about that a little bit as we move down the road.
Yeah, but I do think, wasn't it recently that the first big inquiry was happening? And I do they have said that they're going to start, if there is some sort of submission that people think that, hey, they're not doing it right, because you do have to show the paperwork and you have to show that you've gone and done the work for these things. And yes, I do think there probably needs to be a whole separate entity that is monitoring all of this, but the vast majority of student athletes, because it's so, that when you talk about that big time money and the pay for play, a lot of that's going to be football and men's basketball. And so, but overall, I think as a overall general, I think it's been great for college athletics and all of the sports that have been able to benefit off of this. And yes, that you can get onto a slippery slope and get off into some negative, conversations about the football and the pay for play and all of that. But, as we had Jamie on, a couple months ago talking about, no, you have to be able to document all of the things that you're doing. And while maybe they're not checking up on that all the time, there could be at any point the NCAA come in and say, hey, we heard you made this. We need all that documentation. So you do have to be doing it the right way. But yeah, I definitely agree. It could get really out of hand if there isn't something in place to govern this at all times.
Yeah, I think the University of Miami is the one that's under the microscope a little bit about a booster who's been writing some pretty sizable checks, particularly in the form of college basketball players that they've acquired to the Hurricane program. Hey, Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Last night, we talked about the all-name teams. So tonight, we're going to play along a little bit here. Jessica and I put together our 5 best names in Husker athletics right now. So they have to be either a student athlete currently. I did open the door for anybody who may have been here this past year that maybe graduated and moved on, but there's a lot of good names to choose from on the Husker rosters.
There really is. How are we doing this? Are we going to do like a draft, or can we have the same names?
Oh, we can do the same name. Let's do it the same way as we did the portals last night.
Okay. Are you up first?
You can start tonight.
Are we starting with number 5 or?
Give me number 5.
Number 5, man. Okay, I think I'm going to go women's gymnastics. Clara Colombo, the junior, and she's out of Italy. But I love that's the ring to that. Clara Colombo.
That is a sweet name, and you wouldn't have had to tell me she was from Italy. I would have been able to probably pick that up pretty quick. That's a terrific name. I've got a football guy at my number 5, and you know that I've really liked to say this kid's name for the last year. And that is Chancellor Brewington.
Yep. It
sounds like he ought to be in Bridgerton or, or Downtown Abbey. I mean, he ought to be in one of those old British shows. In fact, we're going to hear from Chancellor here in the next week or so. But Chancellor Brewington is my number 5.
All right, my number 4, I'm going to go with Denham Dawson, a redshirt freshman, men's basketball, San Bernardino, California. I love when you have the same name with the first and the last name, and I just think that sounds real catchy. Denham Dawson. It sounds like a clothing line to me or something.
It does.
It's like it would be a good brand name, Denham Dawson.
That's cool. Very good. All right, I tried to find a couple names that I thought were really appropriate for their sport that they play. And you may really chuckle at my number 4. I'm going Sammy Hawk, soccer. What a better name for the goalie than her last name.
Yes, we got some cheers for you over here. We love that.
Sammy, let's go.
Sammy, our intern. I love that. I thought about that too, but I'll let you have her. How about Husker wrestling, Ridge Lovett? That's my number 3, the national runner-up. You got to love it. Ridge Lovett.
Great. Good stuff. What a good young guy, too. And can't wait to watch him back on the mats come this winter when he gets back out there. All right, my number 3, I'm going women's basketball. You got the first name of Jazz. You got me one right there. Jazz Shelley. What a great first name. And how much fun was she to watch play last season, and can't wait for her next season to come up as well. So Jazz Shelley is my number 3.
I love Jazz. I love that name, Jazz. I'm going to stick with the ladies here. Women's tennis. How about this one? Lucy Loy. She's a sophomore out of Fishers, Indiana. Another LL, but it's just fun to say. It's got to be fun for a broadcaster, too. Lucy Loy. Just got a nice rolls off the tongue really nice.
I love it. A little bit like the gal who upset Serena yesterday, Harmony Tan. So maybe it's a tennis thing. You got to have those cool names. All right, I talked about my theme of trying to find somebody's name that fits their sport. How about Kenzie Knuckles? I mean, is there a better name for somebody who's digging and pulling the balls off the floor, like JV always says, digging like an archaeologist? Kenzie Knuckles is my number 2.
All right. Number 1, I don't know. Are we going to have any, or is it going to be different for us? DeColdis Crawford?
No.
Is that what you got? You just, DeColdis. I mean, that's all-time name team of all of college football probably this year. He's probably going to be on that this year.
When I heard that Nebraska was recruiting him, you're kind of going, please let him be a Cornhusker. And if he doesn't get some big NIL deals with that name, something's deeply wrong, right?
Well, and, you know, we had him in studio and another great young kid, so excited to be here. And he's pretty laid back a little bit, like not as much as you hear that name DeColdis and you think he's going to be just this really, cocky, confident. And he is confident, but he's just a little bit more reserved than you would think when you have a name like DeColdis. But, I can't wait. You're going to have some fun with that one on the radio call.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Hopefully he gets to play quite a bit this year.
Did you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I was just going to say, who just missed your list?
Okay, Harry Crockett from men's golf. He's from England. Oh, wait, Tim is hopping on the mic here, Greg.
Andrew and I both wanted to put 2 in there. Burger Lambrechts Jr.
He was on my honorable mentions, yep.
And then Axelina, and I have to figure out how do you say her last name, if it's Johansson or Johansson, but that's an awesome name. I have always enjoyed reading that one on the tickers.
She's awesome, too. She's a really good thrower for the track and field squad.
And just an honorable mention, Jeremiah Searles has he's got a pretty good name.
I like Wilhelm Breidenbach. I mean, that's so unusual I've never heard anybody named Wilhelm. And Breidenbach, I mean, I think that name matches him when you get to know him, so I like that name. And then Chubba Purdy was on my honorable mentions, too. How did we not have any baseball guys on there, Greg?
Yeah, well, Cam Chick was one of my honorable mentions. I mean, there again, you're the 2 same letters, Cam and Chick. He made my honorable mention list as well. But I also had Berger.
Shay Shanneman.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
and
I forgot about Shay.
Leighton Banjoff was also on my baseball list, but there's lots of good names. I had a hard time narrowing it down. And Timmy Bleekrode, I mean, I think that was part of the conversation, right, that we had that even brought that up, the all-name team. You're going to have fun with Timmy on the call, too.
Sure do. Sam in Omaha on our text line says, how about Teddy Prohaska, the 6'10" teddy bear? So I'm not sure I'm calling Teddy Prohaska a teddy bear. I'm not sure I'm going to use that.
You didn't have Nash on your list.
Yeah, I thought about that, but his nickname is so good, the polar bear. We could do a whole nother one with nicknames if we get a bunch of nicknames.
Yeah, we might have to say that. That would be a good one, too, because there's some good nicknames around here.
Very cool. Well, kudos also to the YouTube stream guys, because they were all about trying to put this together for tonight's show. So thanks to them for being a part of this one. All right, Ted Carter, University president, coming up here in a couple of minutes. Also, hour number 2, Maggie Mendelson. Jessica had a chance to go over and hang out with some of the women's basketball players today. Maggie's that 2-sport star, volleyball, women's hoops. We're going to hear from Maggie coming up at the top of hour number 2 as well. And if you want to be a part of the program, 402-413-2400. That is our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto family. Shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop finance, buy online at woodhouse.com. We're back with the president next.
Welcome to Ag Answers. Today we're talking about renewable biofuels like corn ethanol and soy biodiesel. Electric vehicles continue to make headlines as we look for ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But did you know by using ethanol, you can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 46% compared to traditional gasoline, and by up to 86% when you use biodiesel compared to petroleum diesel? Locally produced biofuels are the here and now solution to combating climate change. They are good for our air, good for our wallets, and good for Nebraska. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. Nebraska researchers are designing the next generation of roadside steel barriers through an industry partnership with Trafix Devices. This partnership has produced the Delta Crash Cushion, a simplistic, effective way to keep drivers safe on highways. This barrier is vital for roadside safety and significantly improves the chances motorists will be able to walk away from roadside collisions.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour one with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour two, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey folks, this is Famous Dave. You know the difference between an ordinary get-together and a famous one? At most parties, the food's pretty forgettable. But imagine your table loaded with award-winning barbecue, chopped pork sandwiches, roasted chicken, and mouth-watering juicy ribs. From birthdays to corporate events, any size groups, we'll customize our menu to fit your budget. Make your next get-together fun and famous with catering from Famous Dave's. Visit famousdaves.com.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour one with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour two, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
If there's one thing that you can count on every spring, it's that we're going to have to deal with some hail. J-Tech Construction is the company to call to make it right again. J-Tech Construction specializes in siding, roofing, windows, and gutters, even solar. They're trained for insurance claims assistance, and they can help with your insurance company. Turn to the team the Huskers turn to, J-Tech Construction. Use your favorite search engine to find J-Tech Construction online and schedule a free estimate today.
The Huskers provide the best on the field, and so does Kubota. The new Kubota L60 Limited Edition Series provides the best package for affordability, quality, and comfort, like the deluxe Grand L factory-installed cab or spacious open operator station. Maximize performance with Kubota's best-in-class HST Plus transmission and many other features of the L60 LE Series. Experience the Kubota difference. Visit nebraska-kubota-dealers.com or see Kubota Omaha in Omaha or Osceola Implement and Supply in Osceola.
There's nothing better than the smoky aroma of grilled beef at the ballpark. This is Anne Marie with the Nebraska Beef Council reminding you to pick up a package of steaks or burgers for your next tailgate party. Whether you're setting up in the parking lot or cheering from home, nutritious beef is a home run choice when cheering on the Huskers. Visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com for delicious beef recipes, grilling tips, and tailgate inspirations. Beef, it's what's for dinner in Nebraska.
We are back on Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network, and what a treat for us tonight to be joined by the president of the University of Nebraska, Ted Carter. And I know you've just gotten through the annual budget process. What do our listeners need to know about that?
Well, Greg, it's good to be with you. It's good to be enjoying some nice summer days here in Nebraska. You know, it'd be nice to just talk for a couple of minutes about the context in which we brought this budget forward. Listeners don't need a lecture on this, but everybody knows inflation is at a 40-year high, over 8%. Nebraskans are paying more for groceries and gas and rent. They're having a lot of hard conversations around the dinner table. Consumer confidence right now is at a record low, and families and businesses are feeling the squeeze. So our approach here with our budget was to make sure that we didn't follow all of those challenges, that we would be doing something different. Nebraskans are paying more for just about everything, but not tuition at the University of Nebraska. We froze tuition again for every student across the board for the second straight year. And I'll tell you, that's not something I'm seeing at other public universities nationwide.
No, you're not. And everyone feels that inflation when they go to the gas pump and fill up their car and their vehicle. So freezing tuition, that is such a big deal and something that students I have to greatly appreciate.
Yeah, and the University of Nebraska is not immune from inflation like everybody else. But what we're doing that's different is we're not going to pass those costs on to our students. This is a fiscally challenging time, yet access to higher education has never been important than it is right now. We are sending a very strong, clear message to Nebraskans. We want to give students and families confidence that they can afford a University of Nebraska education. So a lot of people were saying, well, how are you able to do that? How are you able to do things like freeze tuition? And the answer is, as Nebraskans know, it takes hard work, discipline, and we have been sticking to a plan that we built 2 years ago, shortly after COVID hit. Our plan called for conservative fiscal planning. We knew there'd be some economic impact. We didn't know inflation would be as high as it is. But we did this so we could focus our resources on the areas that create the biggest impact: student affordability, faculty competitiveness, and strategic priorities. So the budget we just passed is a very conservative budget. It limits spending growth to 1.3%, which, as we just talked about, well below 8.6% inflation and less than what the state government is spending right now, which is at 6.4%. So I'm really proud of what we've been able to do.
Tuition freeze, that's the headline of this whole thing. But that's not the only thing the university is doing to expand access to Nebraska's young people, is it?
No, but the tuition freeze is the number one highlight in the budget, a step that's going to keep us at the bottom of our peer groups in the very best way in terms of affordability. We appreciate the state support we did receive, particularly from the governor and the legislature, which makes that freeze possible. We're doing everything possible to see the overall cost of attendance as low as possible. So you're going to see some modest fee increases across the campuses. And to put that in perspective, we're talking about the cost of taking an Uber from the Lincoln Airport to downtown Lincoln. I mean, that's what we're talking about, fee increases. But those funds are going to go directly to mental health services on the campus, and that's an area of priority for us and one in which our students specifically asked us to increase. So we've recently expanded the Nebraska Promise as well to a threshold of $65,000 as opposed to the $60,000 threshold a year ago. So even before the expansion, we had 7,000 students qualified, and with this change in the ceiling for Nebraska Promise, we expect another 1,000 students to qualify.
Again, visiting with President Carter here on Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network. What else can you tell us about the budget? What's included? What would you like for our audience to know about?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about faculty. 2 years ago, we set a goal to close the gap with our peers within the Big Ten and our other peer institutions, and we're making those investments necessary to do that today. We know we're in a national competition for talent, and we have to offer competitive salaries to recruit and retain the very best people who are our greatest asset. So with this budget, the University of Nebraska is emerging in a position of real strength. I look around the national landscape and I see there are some institutions that are hunkered down, had to borrow huge chunks of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we haven't had to do that. And others that kept their eye, like us, on the horizon and are actually coming through this in a position of strength. So we didn't want to wait this out. We find ourselves right now in a position where Nebraska is going to be part of the solution. With this budget we brought to the Board of Regents 2 weeks ago, we are in a stronger position to continue growing Nebraska.
We are just a couple of days ahead of a holiday weekend, the 4th of July weekend, and I'm sure as a man who has served our country, this probably means a great deal to you.
every 4th of July, I think about all the men and women I've served with in uniform for over 38 years, Naval Academy classmates. The life of a serviceman has not changed that much, even from the day that I was commissioned in 1981. And that's a day I often reflect on what's most important to us, and that's our independence.
Well, thank you for filling us in on the budget process. I know it's a big thing to get kind of in the rearview mirror. Before you know it, you're probably going to be turning the page and getting ready to work on another one for the next school
Yes,
year.
we will.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Greg.
Happy 4th of July to Ted Carter. We have more Sports Nightly coming up next.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Huh. Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
Hey folks, this is Famous Dave. You know the difference between an ordinary get-together and a famous one? At most parties, the food's pretty forgettable. But imagine your table loaded with award-winning barbecue, chopped pork sandwiches, roasted chicken, and mouth-watering juicy ribs. From birthdays to corporate events, any size groups, we'll customize our menu to fit your budget. Make your next get-together fun and famous with catering from Famous Dave's. Visit famousdaves.com.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Welcome to Ag Answers, where we answer common questions related to farming and ranching. Today we're tackling the issue of GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. GMOs may sound scary, but they're actually benefiting our environment and consumers. That's because GMO crops help solve specific problems like insects, food waste, and droughts. By selecting good traits from one plant or organism and adding them to another, farmers are safely using science to produce high-quality foods better than ever before. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour one with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour two, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more Acres solutions for every field. We're nearing the end of the month, means you have just a couple of days left to customize your own Husker football 3-game mini plan that is on sale now for $180 per ticket. You get to pick a game from one in September, one in October, one in November. The September choices are North Dakota, Georgia Southern, in October, Indiana or Illinois, November, Minnesota or Wisconsin. Those seats located in both end zones, north and south. Pretty easy to do. Go to huskers.com/tickets and you can build your own plan out. So there you go. That's a pretty cool thing. Just a couple days left to be able to get that. Jessica, back on our text line, Dale and Hastings, we're talking about the NIL situation, the opening segment. What can athletes not do with NIL? I think it's more they have to do something, right? They have to do something for compensation. You just can't accept money and then do nothing, right?
Yeah, you have to show that you've made the appropriate number of social media posts, or you've done, the appearances, you've gone to the enough autograph signings. It's not just, hey, give me money and that's it. That's the thing, is you have to show proof of the performance that is equal to what that chunk of money is equivalent to. I guess that whatever that sum of money that you're getting, you have to do the work that I guess adds up to that.
And that goes back to your commenter. We had Jimmy Vaughn, who was the head of compliance for Nebraska a couple months ago. And he said they track that. That's what his office does. They'll go, okay, whoever, athlete A, you're supposed to do this, this, and this. Have you done all three of those? We need documentation that you did. So at least at Nebraska, they're tracking that pretty carefully. And I think you better, because at some point in time, somebody's going to ask you probably to justify why athlete X or Y or Z got this kind of money. So I think it's, again, goes back to one of my worries is that I think Nebraska will do it right. Will everybody else do it right?
Well, and I think that, absolutely, but there are rules in place right now, and whether they are being 1,000% tracked and monitored by the NCAA, I don't know that. They've said that they are, and that there's a team of people, and that they're, tracking that, and they've already had some inquiries that they are exploring. But there are rules that you are supposed to be following with this deal, and I am actually kind of surprised it didn't get more out of hand than it did. And I know we've talked about that it is getting out of hand, but when we first, this thing took off, and you're like, well, how's it going to be kept under control? And I don't think it's been that bad. As far as I do know that we've heard some stories of some kind of craziness going on, but for the most part, I don't think it's been that out of control.
Also on our text line, Carol, does the university have endowments such as many of the Ivy League universities do? If so, can that amount be revealed? I think it is out there for public, because we are a public school. I think you can go find that. She said, I understand some of the Ivy League universities have huge endowments into the billions of dollars. Most of them can completely dispense of high student costs or none at all. She's right. Those Ivy League schools have been around probably 100 years longer than the University of Nebraska has been around. But yeah, I do think, Carol, that's available somewhere. I'm sure it has to be. This is a public institution, so I'm sure that is out there somewhere. But always good to have the president come on and talk about successfully putting a budget together. It's really cool that he's been able to freeze tuition costs for a couple of years now when everything else is going up, it really speaks well to his leadership of this university. And I know we're grateful to have Ted Carter here at the university. Jessica, he's going to come on again next week, and he wants to come on because he wants to talk about Top Gun. He was around in the mid-'80s when Tom Cruise shot the first film. In fact, he did a little bit of the training with Tom Cruise. Ted Carter was at the Top Gun school. There is such a thing out in California. So I can't wait to hear that conversation next week. I still haven't seen the movie yet. I need to get to the theaters.
I haven't either, but I've heard it is absolutely fantastic. Everybody has told me that I need to see it. My brother has seen it twice in the theater. But no, Ted Carter is an impressive guy. I've been blown away. I've heard him speak a couple different times. And then he's a great follow on Twitter. And yeah, just an incredible background with being in the Air Force and the military, and then just as a leader. So yeah, but that'd be fascinating to hear his take on the Top Gun, one of the all-time great movies. Which I do have to admit, I mean, you know, I'm not a movie. I haven't even seen the original Top Gun, so I've told myself that I got to see that one first before I can see the new one.
You do. You got to go in order. You got to go back and see the first one.
So I might have to do that this weekend. We got a long weekend coming up.
It's easy to find.
Yeah.
You can find it. It's easy to find. Yeah. I read a cool little story on CBSSports.com today. Scottie Pippen, who's the great Bull with Michael Jordan, good teammate. Scottie's son was a very good basketball player this past year at Vanderbilt. He did not get drafted last week. He is signed as a free agent with the Lakers. He told a really cool story about how during the early stages of the pandemic, he was living at home with his dad, and they'd go out the driveway and play some one-on-one. And he said, Dad won't play me anymore because he goes, I started beating him. And Dad's like, I'm not going to get hurt playing you anymore. So Scottie's about 56, 57 years old, and the son has surpassed Dad, even a great one like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, it's funny. On Father's Day, went to church with my parents, and my mom plays the piano, so she was sitting up in the choir area, but I was sitting next to my dad, and the preacher starts talking about, you know, how many of you dads, there's two kinds of dads, the dads that let their kids win and the dads that show no mercy. And then, hey, raise your hand if you were the dad that let your kids win, and then raise your hand if your dad showed no mercy. And my dad kind of, you know, raised his hand a little bit. Boy, I took that arm and shoved it up there because my dad was like that. He would never let us win. So I'm not surprised either. Scottie Pippen is a competitive dude, and we saw that, you know, throughout. I know he was portrayed in the one game with the Last Dance, but, you know, I'm not surprised at all that he was that way.
Yeah, good story. But his son's a really good player. I mean, didn't get drafted, but he was kind of on that fringe. So that's not like he's losing to some schlub. That's a pretty good basketball player that he raised.
Oh, yeah.
In Scottie Pippen Jr.
And I'm sure a big part of why he became, well, I know a big part of why he became is because of those battles he had against his dad, probably in the driveway over and over again, or in the gym. You know, going up against one of the all-time greats is going to make you a better player, too.
You were talking about playing golf with your dad. Fred Hoiberg's a good golfer. His sons are very good golfers. And I asked Coach a couple months ago, I said, do you get strokes? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, they got to give me a stroke aside. He goes, they're really good players. And he goes, they play so much more than I do, is speaking about Fred. So, yeah, he says, yeah, they've got to give me a shot of 9, which each kid does.
That's still pretty impressive that if, you know, he's only getting one aside, or one for the front 9, one for the back 9. Only 2 strokes, and that's still pretty good if they're that good.
Yep. So yeah, and they are. They're really good. They were very, very good prep golfers, and I think one of them's playing in college.
Weren't they state champs in golf?
They were.
Yep.
Yeah, they were. And his youngest are a set of twins, and they're both. One's playing basketball, one's playing golf in college, and really, really good athletes there. 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question. Buckle up, put the phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We're back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
Husker fans, get ready to be part of the excitement of the 2022-23 Nebraska women's basketball season by joining the season ticket waitlist today. The Huskers return all 5 starters from a team that won 24 games and advanced to the 2022 NCAA tournament. Make the first choice on the best seats to watch the Huskers in person at Pinnacle Bank Arena this year. Join the waitlist by July 31st at huskers.com/request list.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help us with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. J.D. Power ranked Shelter Insurance #1 in customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central Region and #1 in price.
See agents Natalie Vampola or Michael Reeves in Omaha, or in Plattsmouth, see agent Julie Null.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card, free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey folks, this is Famous Dave. You know the difference between an ordinary get-together and a famous one? At most parties, the food's pretty forgettable. But imagine your table loaded with award-winning barbecue, chopped pork sandwiches, roasted chicken, and mouth-watering juicy ribs. From birthdays to corporate events, any size groups, we'll customize our menu to fit your budget. Make your next get-together fun and famous with catering from Famous Dave's. Visit famousdaves.com.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Our Sports Alley Hotline brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto family. Shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations. Simplified car buying to save you time. Shop finance. Buy online at woodhouse.com. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody. Jessica's in studio. I'm out on location this week. We've had some people wondering why I sound different. Well, I'm not in the studio, so I'm not with our beautiful studio and great microphone, so that's why it sounds a little bit different. So apologize if it's bothering too many folks out there tonight. You know, it's always interesting to me. I know you spent some time today over women's basketball. We're going to hear from Maggie Mendelson next hour. July is such a busy month, Jessica, for basketball coaches. We talked about Fred Hoiberg in the previous segment. They're going to be all over the country, both the men's and women's staffs, out recruiting new players, while the football staff's on vacation. So it's like they kind of work in reverse, where football's gone for 3 or 4 weeks and basketball is really, really busy.
Yeah, and I know it's also a little bit crazy too, because a lot of times for football, those players are coming on campus in June, and in July, boy, those basketball coaches, they're going to AAU tournaments all over the country. Same thing with softball and baseball. I know Coach Ravel and her staff were down, I think, in Kansas City this past weekend, and so, yeah, they hit the road for those sports too and go literally everywhere. I mean, you might have coaches in, states, literally one coast and then the other coast, East Coast, West Coast, maybe somebody in the middle somewhere. But, yeah, they definitely hit the road. It's definitely grind time. And then I feel like the football coaches will hit the road more when they can during the bye weeks and in December to go on camp or to go to high schools a little bit more.
They do. As soon as that Iowa game gets over with every Black Friday, it's like go time, because then it's only about 3 weeks before the signing day, which is that was been put into place about 4 or 5 years ago to have that early signing period for football programs. So yeah, the calendars are just different for the sports, and that's okay. That you know, they all they play in different seasons anyway. So it's just crazy how it's a little bit different for everybody. The stadium, which is where our studios are located, will be rather quiet, I think, for the next couple of weeks. But the football guys all gone, and a lot of the administrators use July to get some vacation time, and well deserved for everybody to be gone.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting too to see if anything ever changes with the volleyball, and if this will be a time where they can start getting on the court a little bit too. I know that's been a push, but it's just still crazy that we're going out to practices. I know both the men's and women's basketball teams have been on the court, and volleyball still is not allowed to have organized practices, and football has even been able to have practices for a certain amount of time. So you got to think that that's going to change here pretty soon as well, being that they're a fall sport. But then I don't know how you don't include soccer and some of those other fall sports too. But you'd think volleyball will be pretty quick to get on to where they can have some workouts in the summer as well.
Yeah, no doubt. 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question, or if you want to fire off a text, you can certainly do that. A couple minutes left here of hour one. Again, Maggie Mendelson coming up in hour number two. What was the mood like over there today when you went over to see the women's team? I know they were having kind of a photo shoot day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, Husker fans, if you already love this team, you are going to love these newcomers. They fit right in. The culture, they fit right into that group, and it was fun to see all of them hanging out. And it's kind of the same thing. You go to gyms or practices, and you don't necessarily always see teams kind of hanging out together. There might be little groups or little pockets, but they were the whole team hanging out. And by the way, Sam Hybe posted a TikTok that's now gone viral today too, that was in the locker room. So I think I saw it was like over 200,000 views her TikTok has. But that's just kind of what they were doing. They were all having fun together, and that's what you saw from that team last year. So if anybody was worried about the chemistry and how that would carry over, so far, from what I can see, it looks like they've picked up and they haven't missed a beat, and these three newcomers have fit right in, and that was the message. I talked to all three of them. I know we had talked to Maddie Kroll when she had committed to come here and signed, but I wanted to get an update from her, being that she was on the court now, and all three of them saying how welcoming this group has been, and I think the team has seen that these three newcomers can help and help them get to where they want to go. And so you got to welcome them in, and it's been competitive. And we heard that from Amy Williams a year ago, how competitive practices were in the summer, which is what set up for what they did to get off to a hot start in the preseason or in the non-conference. And so it's been competitive, and they've been getting after it. And they've got a lot of talent in that gym, and that's what makes them, that's what pushes you. Iron sharpens iron. And so they got a lot of good talent in that gym. That it's been a competitive summer. They'll get a little bit of time off, I believe, over the next week. They're all out next week, and then I think they can get back in the gym a little bit in July, and then have a couple weeks off in August, and then, man, preseason will be here before you know it.
Are the Aussies back?
The Aussies are back. Izzy got back last night, and that was another cool story. They said that they all went and met Izzy, and the whole team went and met Izzy when she got back a couple days ago. So Izzy, they had a full team practice, the entire team, first one on the court yesterday and today. So, yeah, everybody's back. The Aussies are back, and, yeah, they were having a good time out there today.
Keisha Tominaga for the men, he's off to Australia himself. He's playing in a World Cup game with his native Japan, so we wish him the best of luck. He's got his first game tomorrow. We'll be down there late at night. You have to be up late if you want to watch that or stream some of that. Hour one of the books. Great to hear from Ted Carter. We'll hear from Maggie Mendelson next hour. Sports Alley rolls along here on a Wednesday night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like home like Sapp Brothers. For 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and been a reliable partner to local farms and Husker fans across Nebraska. providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment and welcoming guests into their travel centers. Visit www.sapbros.net. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event, or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
If there's one thing that you can count on every spring, it's that we're going to have to deal with some hail. J-Tech Construction is the company to call to make it right again. J-Tech Construction specializes in siding, roofing, windows, and gutters, even solar. They're trained for insurance claims assistance, and they can help with your insurance company. Turn to the team the Huskers turn to, J-Tech Construction. Use your favorite search engine to find J-Tech Construction online and schedule a free estimate today.
SOS to the rescue! SOS to the rescue!
As the Huskers head to the seventh inning stretch, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. Call or visit SOSHVAC.com today.
SOS to the rescue!
Welcome inside the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is your Sports Nightly Ticker. Happy Wednesday, Huskers fans. Yesterday we mentioned Nebraska swimming and diving earning the CSCAA Scholar All-American Team honor. Today, 6 individual Husker student-athletes from the same program were named academic CSCAA Scholar All-Americans. Autumn Habig was named to the first team, while 5 of her teammates, Ella Stein, JoJo Ranby, Sarah Troyer, and Holly Roman, along with Reagan Hines, all made second team. Well done to all. And congratulations to Nebraska women's golfer Megan Whitaker for earning a spot in the 2022 U.S. Women's Amateur Championship after qualifying with a score of 70 at Eagle Bend Golf Course in a qualifying round in Lawrence, Kansas last night. The championship begins Monday, August 8th and continues through Sunday, August 14th. And one more congratulations is in order to former Husker men's basketball forward Lat Mayen, who today signed a new pro contract for the Cairns Taipans of the National Basketball League, the pro league in Australia. Lat had been with their minor league, the equivalent of their minor league team, they call it their affiliate, after dominating with that team called the Cairns Marlins. Lat averaged 19.8 points per game along with 7 rebounds per game and shot 53% from 3 in 6 games played for the Marlins, earning the new contract with the NBL parent club, the Taipans. So good luck to Lat as he embarks on the next level there in Australia. Check out his Instagram. He had a great celebration post with the new jersey he gets to wear. Over to pro North American sports this evening in Major League Baseball. Lots of games in action currently. The Braves trail the Phillies 1-0. That's in the top of the 4th. However, the Braves threatening with a runner on third in that one, just 1 out. Red Sox and Blue Jays are tied middle of the 3rd, 1-1. Bottom of the 3rd, it's the Guardians leading the Twins 3-0. No score between the Marlins and Cardinals. That's in the top of the 2nd. Just underway are the Reds and Cubs. That one's scoreless in the 1st. Later tonight, we will see the Dodgers and Rockies at 7:40. And the White Sox and Angels square off at 8:38. Some earlier finals from today. The Yankees beat the Athletics 5-3. The same score for the Brewers and Rays. The Brewers took that one 5-3. Pirates beat the Nationals behind Brian Reynolds' 3 home runs 8-7. Astros shut out the Mets 2-0. The Royals beat the Rangers 2-1. The Padres blanked the Diamondbacks 4-0. The Tigers topped the Reds 3-2. And the Mariners finished off the Orioles 9-3. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
In motion is Brewington. They snap it back, fake the handoff, looking to throw. They flip it out the flat to Brewington, makes a catch. Touchdown, Nebraska. Well, that looked easy that time. Brewington came in motion, and instead of cutting down the block, kept out the flat, flipped it out to him for an easy 6 points. And Treese now sends a man in motion. They turn, they flip it off to McDuffie, trying to race to the edge. Gets around JoJo Doma, but can't get around Nick Henrich. He'll go down. He'll lose 3 yards, back to the 23-yard line. What a play by Nebraska. It's caught! Touchdown! Omar Manning! What a grab in the end zone, and the Huskers have 6 more points.
What a throw and catch! Yes!
Nice jitterbug move, and it bouncing the outside 40 to the 50-yard line, to the 40, 30-yard line, 20. That's Grant, 15, 10, 5. He's in there. Touchdown, Anthony Grant, with an electrifying move at the line of scrimmage, scoots to the outside and dashes down the sideline.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
And we're back, hour number 2, Sports Nightly here on a Wednesday night, hump day. We're just a couple days away from that 4th of July holiday. In fact, we're going to talk a little 4th of July holiday food later this hour. We were hoping to get Lane Grindle, the old host of this program, now with the Milwaukee Brewers, on in this hour. We're almost to the midway point of the MLB season, but the Brewers, which they've already played today down in Tampa, they had a 4-hour game. Then they were flying to Pittsburgh. He was supposed to be in time, plenty of time to make our show here in hour 2, but because of a 4-hour game, they didn't get in the air until much later than they anticipated. So we'll try to get Lane booked for another time. We're going to hear from Maggie Mendelson, who is the 2-sport star that just got on campus to play Husker women's basketball and volleyball. We're going to hear from her coming up here in a little bit. And as always, our phone lines, text lines open and available for you, 402-413-2400. You were over at the Hendricks complex earlier today, a little bit of activity over there, right?
Yes, so they were doing their photo shoot, and they had a bunch of different shoots going on. So they had a Minnesota shoot for the Minnesota kids, a Nebraska shoot for the Nebraska kids, an Australian shoot for the Australian kids, and then all the social media posts that you see that they'll post on somebody's birthday, their birthday posts, they were doing all those photo shoots, and then the roster photos and all that kind of good stuff. So they had their uniforms on for the first time, and that's always exciting for those newcomers, those freshmen, to get those uniforms on for the first time. And talk to all three of the newcomers again, and so we'll have those interviews coming up for you. But Maggie Mendelson, man, that was a huge get, not only for Nebraska basketball but also for Nebraska volleyball. She was the #1 recruit in her class. She reclassified, and remember, Greg, when she committed, she surprised both coaching staff. She flew in, nobody knew she was coming, and she surprised them, and it was a really special day for both coaching staff. So got a chance to finally get to chat with her today while she was waiting for her time in front of the camera, and she's impressive, I gotta tell you. And it was enjoying getting to talk to her today. All right, well, how you settling in?
It's been awesome so far. The girls are so awesome, helping me get places that I don't know where they are on campus. But being with Callan, the other freshmen, it's just been so awesome to get to know what we're doing together. So.
How special was it? You move in, you got teammates, coaches welcoming you, helping you move in.
It was awesome. Coming in, I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know what to expect, and just them showing up, being there, it was so awesome. I just knew that I was where I needed to be.
Well, everyone remembers when you committed here. That was a big weekend. Obviously, Husker Nation, love to see it. You surprised the volleyball team, the basketball team. Take me back to that day and that decision and how you knew this was the right spot for you.
When people ask me why I wanted to come here, the only answer is why didn't I want to come here? Everybody's awesome. The coaches are amazing. The players are amazing. And the fan base is so supportive. And there's nothing about Nebraska that I don't like. I love it.
It's awesome. What went into your decision to want to play both basketball and volleyball?
Ever since growing up, I played both. It was always a grind, but I knew that I liked the grind, and I knew that if I could do it, I wanted to play both sports in college, and I'm just so grateful for Nebraska to give me that opportunity.
I'm sure we'll talk to you more about that as the season goes along, but even just doing it in high school and doing it so far now, how do you balance that? How do you keep them separate and still maintain being elite at both?
Communication and just help from my coaches. I wouldn't be able to do this without them and without the teammates' support. So just going in, talking to my coaches, seeing what I need to do that day, and getting to work.
Was that a big part of it, too, knowing that you did want to play both? What school could maybe help facilitate that the best as well?
Yeah, that was definitely a big part of my decision, just knowing that the coaches are going to make it work and they're going to help me and push me to get better at both.
Well, right now you're on the basketball court. You've been working out with this team all June. How's that been going? What's the transition been like?
It's been so awesome. I'm a little bit behind yet right now, but it's been so awesome. My teammates are super supportive, always helping me get to the next play, so it's been awesome.
Coach is talking about all the many things that you can bring to the court. I mean, you're not just tall and a presence inside, that you can shoot outside. What's gone into that to being where you can provide so many different things on the basketball court?
Just practice, those late nights with my dad, just getting in the gym and just feeling comfortable out here with my teammates.
And that's something we've seen from Alexis Markowski as he born is they can step out and hit, outside shots. What does that do for a team when you do have, your big players can step out and kind of extend the floor a little bit?
It makes us kind of unstoppable. You try to sink in, but the other one's just going to pop out and hit a three, or you slack off because you think they're going to drive and they just pop one in your face. It's just awesome. Gets me excited.
You mentioned the newcomers, how special it's been with Maddie and Callan and fitting in with this team that's already had so many players coming back.
It's just been super helpful to be able to get to know them and then always have somebody to talk to, and I just love having them here, love going through it with them, so it's been awesome.
What has the culture been like? Because that's been one thing that we've talked a lot about with this team last year and how special it was, just the culture within this program. How has that been being a part of that?
It's awesome. There's really nowhere else that has a culture like this. Everybody's truly family, and everybody loves each other, and they're so uniquely them, so it's just been awesome.
All right, so what's next for you? You're about to go play for Team USA Volleyball. What goes into that for you?
I've been going to practice volleyball every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I've just been getting after it, and I'm just so excited to go. Kind of sad I have to leave, though. But
What do you hope to bring to Team USA? That's going to be special, wearing USA across the chest.
It's going to be awesome. I'm the only girl who's currently in college right now, so I'm going to hopefully bring a little bit of that college level. I don't know what to expect right now, but I'm super excited to get after it.
And then you do that for a month, and then you get back and you hit the court with Coach Cook's team, right?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be kind of a switch, but I can't wait to be able to play with my teammates over there.
Appreciate your time. Welcome to Lincoln. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Greg, you can tell if you're watching the video, listed at 6'5", so another big presence inside that will help inside with some of those big Big Ten teams, and great personality. And could you imagine trying to balance playing volleyball and basketball? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, she's doing volleyball and she's filling in basketball when she can. But both the players that I talked to today brought that up without me even asking about it, about how she's such a hard worker, and that obviously is what you got to be able to do both. But I don't know how she does it, but it is certainly impressive.
You mentioned that she reclassified. Is she even 17 at this point, or is she turned 18 yet? Because she should be going into her senior year, right?
Yeah, she would be a senior right now,
Wow.
going into her senior year of high school and reclassified. I don't know what her birth date is. They normally list those on the roster, I believe, so we'll have to look that up. But she's impressive. I mean, you heard that. That's a freshman, and Andrew was helping me shoot the interviews, and both the freshmen, Callan was impressive too, and he said, they're freshmen? I said, yeah, they're freshmen. So, and I think they're going to provide a lot. You know, you and I had talked about how this team needed to probably find another shooter, and Callan is someone that can shoot it very well from behind the arc. And I think this is a team that had some young players that they've been putting in the time in the gym. I cannot wait to see how it all comes together, but they are excited about those three pieces. I talked to two of the assistant coaches today that said they have been wonderful additions. So it'll be absolutely fascinating to see how she balances it out, because she's going to Team USA for the whole month of July, and then when she gets back, she'll go straight to volleyball and get acclimated with that team, and then play the volleyball season. And I don't know if, when she can, she'll come over to the gym, or she'll shoot when she can. That's what she's been doing right now, is doing both when she can, and just an incredible work ethic to be able to do both. But I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. But, the coaching staffs have been doing such a good job communicating and working together to make it work. And that's what she's done her whole life. That's the only thing she knows is playing both. So impressive young lady, and is going to be a great addition for both teams. There's no doubt about it.
Boy, to leave high school a year early, we talk a lot about mid-year enrollees, young men or women who come at semester and kind of skip their prom and that last, but the whole year, wow, that is really, so I mean, she graduated from high school a year ahead of time. That's really impressive. She is going to be fun to follow. That was good stuff.
And she's,
right there.
She is one of those players. She wasn't just a top recruit in basketball that, Coach Cook is going to take in because she wants to. No, this is someone that was a top recruit in the nation in both sports. So, she's a huge addition, and both programs were extremely ecstatic when she came in and said, hey, I want to be a Husker. So I think she's got big things ahead for both programs.
Yeah, good stuff. Good to hear from her. 402-413-2400. That's the number to dial us up with a comment or question. That would be on our Sports Alley hotline, which is brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto family. Shop Woodhouse first, 18 brands, 16 convenient locations. Simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, buy online at woodhouse.com. We're back with more on the show coming up next.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event, or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. During the summer of 2021, 3 UNL students helped safeguard cattle across the state. Neely Anderson, Tatiana Jones, and Ashton Commons developed secure beef supply plans that prevent the spread of disease outbreak. The plans protect nearly 850,000 cattle across our state and provide greater economic security for this vital industry.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour 1 with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour 2, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Huskers fans, it's time to plan your dream trip to Ireland and see your team face the Northwestern Wildcats at Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland. Single game tickets are on sale now at huskers.com/Ireland. Start the 2022 season in the best way. Plan your dream trip to Ireland and see your team face the Northwestern Wildcats at Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland. Buy your single game ticket today at huskers.com/Ireland.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
You always dreamed of owning your own farm. Now you're living your dream, and it's time to pick the tractor that makes it all come together. Massey Ferguson has reinvented what compact and utility tractors can be and redefined what they do, making them easier to operate, more comfortable to drive, more versatile than ever. Massey Ferguson gives Nebraska farmers the power and performance to win in the field. Osceola Implement in Osceola, Nebraska, your locally owned Massey Ferguson dealer, proud supporters of the Huskers and Nebraska farmers.
When you're a sports fan, it's kind of like having a new love interest. You want to know all about them. Only instead of learning about someone's third-grade crush, you want to know the latest scores, stats, and lineups. To get that, you need Cox Internet. Cox gives you that window to look deeply into your beloved team's soul. Not to mention their injury list. Cox, we're sports 24/7. Learn more at cox.com/sports.
From sprains and stitches to sore throats and sinus infections, when it's care that can't wait, count on CHI Health Clinic Priority Care. Simply walk in 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You'll get the quality care you need without an appointment, and you'll never pay more than a regular primary care visit. Get in, get out, and get on with your day. Find a location near you at chihealth.com/priority care.
Everyone knows that Dakota Mac is known for their great rates on long-term fixed ag real estate loans. But just how long-term are they? They're even longer-term than the silent treatment your mom gave you after she found out you backed over her peony bushes with the riding lawnmower. Even though it could have happened to anyone. Oof, talk about long-term.
Hi, it's Boyd Benry from Dakota Mac. Give me a call at 402-463-4637 to learn all about our competitive rates on 30-year fixed-rate loans.
our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody with you here on a Wednesday night. A couple days left for you to customize your own Husker football 3-game mini plan that are on sale now for $180 a ticket. You can pick a game in each of the months of September, October, November. September, either North Dakota or Georgia Southern, Indiana or Illinois in October. And in November, it's either the Minnesota game or the Wisconsin game. These seats will be located in either the north or south end zone. Pretty easy to do. Go online, visit huskers.com/tickets. Again, a couple days left to do that. Perfect way if you're on a tight budget right now, and who isn't? Or if you work a lot of weekends or you have kids events that you have to go to and you can't make 7 home football games, but certainly would like to come and watch the Huskers a couple of times, this is a perfect way for you to do that and get in the stadium. All right, who's still there? I know Cole's still in the house. Is Andrew still around?
Andrew, everybody's still here.
All right, well, I got some questions for the group, so everybody find a microphone or share a microphone back there.
We got some people throwing some elbows to try to find some microphones up there.
Well, Tim's got the spot for the ticker, so he's probably right there for that.
Oh, he's here. He's in place.
Right, I'm taking a little poll here. I'm talking about 4th of July party food, and what are your preferences? And the first one is potato salad or coleslaw. Let's go around the room.
What is the coleslaw made out of? What are they made out of? Mayonnaise or mustard?
Well, coleslaw is usually out of mayonnaise, cabbage and mayonnaise.
But isn't potato salad, you can do either?
Potato salad, yeah, you can do either mustard or mayonnaise. A lot of people use it more with mustard, but the coleslaw is almost always mayonnaise.
You guys go first.
I'm going potato salad. My dad would go coleslaw, but I like potato salad.
I'm probably also going to go potato salad. I'm not a huge coleslaw guy. I'm not sure.
It depends. Sometimes some people can make some good coleslaw, but I will also be on the potato salad team.
Man, clean sweep. That's what I am too. I'm more of a potato salad guy. All right, this one I thought of just for Andrew. Baked beans or corn?
Oh,
you better be careful.
I'm going to go baked beans. I like baked beans.
Yes.
It depends. If you put like even a little bit of some bacon bits in it, spice it up, have maybe some seasoning in it maybe, but I'm going bacon beans. Easy.
Bacon beans?
Bacon beans. Come on.
Is that like a different version? What state are we in right now? What state are we in? I'm going corn. Baked beans are good, but I'm going corn. I know what state I'm in. This is corn. Corn on the cob.
My dad has an unbelievably so good baked bean recipe, but if it's not his, I am always on the corn train, especially any kind of corn, grilled corn on the cob, corn for me.
I'm Team Andrew. Baked beans for me, for that. Pies. And I'm talking about the dessert kind.
Dessert pie,
pizzas.
not pizza pie.
Apple or peach?
Neither.
Andrew doesn't like
not
fruit.
A fruit guy.
None.
Andrew is quote-unquote allergic to fruit, remember?
I do not like fruit. I can get very sick if I have some sorts of fruits. I'm okay with lemon, lime, oranges, and I promise everyone, Husker Nation, I'm not making this up. It's been a thing since I've been a kid. Don't like strawberries, bananas, peaches, apples. Just even saying it, I'm good. I'm good. So take me out. My favorite pie, pecan pie.
I'm with you. I like pecan pie too.
I'd go apple. Apple is a staple. Any holiday, I'll take apple.
I'd probably take peach.
Yeah, see, to me, pecan almost is more of a Thanksgiving pie.
I'm not really a pie fan, though.
I feel like anybody can eat a pumpkin pie anytime, though.
I don't like pumpkin pie.
I love pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is definitely Thanksgiving.
Those are my top two. Apple and pumpkin.
I love pecan, but that's, to me, more of a Thanksgiving dish. All right, lemonade or iced tea? Not twisted, but iced tea.
Combining them is great. I do unsweetened iced tea with lemonade to make that Arnold Palmer type of mix.
Yep.
That's always great, but I'll go lemonade.
I'll go lemonade. I'll go sweet tea instead of iced tea, but I'll go lemonade.
Unsweet iced tea all the way for me. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm with Jessica on this. I'm an iced tea guy. I don't mind lemonade, but I'll go iced tea on this one. All right, and then for the meat of this thing, chicken, hot dogs, or hamburgers?
Well, I don't eat red meat, so I'll have to go with chicken.
Okay.
4th of July, I'm going to go burgers. I like a good burger.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd probably have to hear what kind of chicken it would be. I mean, they had some great ones down at training table today, but I would probably lean burger.
Art in Los Angeles said fried chicken and corn on the cob, or it would not be the 4th of July.
That sounds good.
So there you go. I would go. I'll go hamburgers as well. Not that I have anything against chicken. It's fine, but I think I'll go hamburgers.
You get your fill of hot dogs during baseball season, don't you?
I do. Yeah, everywhere you go, that's every concession stand. That's what they've got. Is that set up there? So. Very good. Okay. Well, we've all laid out our picks. Did I miss any big 4th of July delicacy?
I feel like homemade ice cream is a big deal in our family on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So that's always a go-to for me.
I don't know. I think you covered maybe wings. I mean, that's kind of a curveball. I don't know that I normally have them on 4th of July, but that's a great barbecue type cookout type of food. I mean, that or ribs, but. I already talked to my dad. We're having hot dogs, hamburgers next week. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd throw wings in there. It's just like, hey, this is good too.
This might be weird or a little controversy, but I don't know if it is a 4th of July meal, but I could eat green bean casserole at any family event, function, holiday. Green bean casserole is like my go-to
Every
side
food
dish.
you've suggested has been a Thanksgiving food.
It's great food, and I'd have it, and I wish it was there. If I had a burger, if I had green bean casserole.
And pumpkin pie.
Pecan pie, preferably. That's a slam dunk right there. Slam dunk right there.
Andrew, I'm with you. I like green bean casserole, but this isn't the time of year for that. This isn't. Patrick in North Platte says barbecue ribs. Let's go.
Yes.
So,
yes. That's really good. Yeah, that's one that I forgot. But yeah.
I also like pasta salad this time of year too. Cold pasta salad. Yeah.
Hot day. Yep. Absolutely.
I made this dip for Father's Day that I found on TikTok. It's called crack dip, and it was so good. It was a huge hit too. It was sour cream, zesty ranch, Rotel, and a full packet of grated cheddar cheese. And it was so easy to make. You just eat it with chips, and it was a huge hit. I highly recommend it.
Cool. Let's post that recipe somewhere for people to get that.
I can't take credit. I'd have to find a TikTok user.
Well, it's a great holiday. Food is a big part of it. Obviously, the fireworks is a big part of it as well. But when I think of food at holidays, it's this one and Thanksgiving. So I can see why Andrew is cross-referencing the two.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg.
I'm there for you, buddy.
I appreciate it.
All right, what did we miss, folks? If you have some thoughts, 402-413-2400. Time to tell you to buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office for the show coming up.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour one with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour two, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it is safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief, nutrition, or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Huskers, do you want a fulfilling career that's financially rewarding? Explore the many ways you can be a part of the insurance community. Go to iian.org/careers today. Business insurance is a lot to manage. Did you know a trusted choice independent insurance agent can help guide you through it at no extra cost to you? They'll do your insurance. You just do you. Find out more at trustedchoice.com.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hey Huskers fans, this Friday, join us for another encore presentation of Sports Nightly. In this episode, we'll hear from Huskers women's basketball head coach Amy Williams. We'll also meet women's hoops new assistant coach Jessica Keller. We'll wrap up hour one with visits from new men's basketball transfer Emmanuel Bandamel and Huskers linebacker Nick Henrich. In hour two, we'll talk with the voice of Huskers volleyball John Baylor, Nebraska QB Chuba Purdy, and wide receiver Trey Palmer will close out our show. Tune in to your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event, or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
At Great Western Bank, they understand what commitment to community means. It's more than setting up shop. For Great Western Bank, commitment means growing together and serving their communities. With more than 50 locations in Nebraska, they are dedicated to making life great. Thank you, Lincoln, for allowing them to be a part of this great community. Great Western Bank, member FDIC.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. The university has a new undergraduate business and law major. Students majoring in business and law are learning to use legal knowledge to better solve business challenges. They are also gaining skills in regulatory compliance, financial services, securities regulation, and corporate social responsibility. Upon graduation, they will boost the state's talent pool in these critical areas of expertise.
Our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. A lot of reaction coming in on the text line at 4th of July food. Our own Cole, Jessica says, Little Smokies or pigs in a blanket?
Yes, he wanted to make sure that we said that. He also is a fan of watermelon on a hot day, which also makes sense.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good call on a hot summer day. Watermelon is a go-to.
Very good. Parker in Bennington said burgers. That's what fits the 4th of July. Steve in Bellevue, not bragging, but I guess I am. I make the best tater salad ever. You bake the potatoes, leave the skin on, just enough mustard for a bit of color. Any veggie you like, top with, how about this, pecans, sunflower seeds, or pine nuts.
Oh, yum. That does sound bomb. Might have to try that out, Steve. Appreciate that.
Well done. Dennis says pineapple brats with sauerkraut, onions, green peppers, barbecue beans from a store in town, watermelon, no seeds.
Oh, there we go. There's another watermelon. My dad would like the pineapple brats. I should probably pass that along to him because he likes pineapple and he likes brats. So that sounds like something that might be right up his alley.
That's good. Good stuff there. And what Crypto said, not a peach pie guy in our chat room, right?
No, he agreed with Andrew and you guys on pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie? No, it's not a 4th of July pie.
And then he also said, why is it so much fun to talk about food on Sports Nightly? I think because, and we've talked about this a lot, it's right in the middle of dinner time, and so we kind of get hungry, and so then we just start talking about food to get us through to dinner time. Because it's too early to eat before the show, and it's kind of, then we get hungry during the 2 hours that we're doing the show.
Got a big holiday weekend coming up. Food's a big part of this thing, so.
You're right, though. 4th of July is a big food holiday. I agree. It's 4th of July because my family always has a big deal. 4th of July and maybe Easter is a big food holiday, and then Thanksgiving. I think those are the top 3 food holidays.
Andrew's just getting all his wires all confused. Thanksgiving, the 4th of July.
I mean,
he's got them all
like,
tangled up.
one category was 4th of July, Thanksgiving. 4th of July, Thanksgiving. Green bean casserole. The only time you eat green bean casserole is Thanksgiving and maybe Christmas. I love green bean casserole, but you don't eat it in the summer. He's yelling at me in the back. Yes, you can.
See, pumpkin pie, if you're sitting outside at a cookout, it's going to melt, right? You'd have to keep that thing maybe on ice the whole time because it just would disintegrate.
I don't like pumpkin pie, so I don't know how to tell you how to keep it together.
I don't mind it. But it's a Thanksgiving deal. You don't have to worry about it drying up. So, it's also, this is a great holiday. It's also a holiday where you have a lot of accidents that go on. Firework accidents. A lot of people will be at the lake accidents. Huskers football has had some guys in the past get hurt and some boating accidents on this kind of a holiday weekend. Who was the guy? Andrew or Tim will know right away. I think he plays for the Buccaneers, who blew up his hand holding the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Jason,
I remember that.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, Pierre-Paul. And so he's got a deformed hand because he blew up a firework in his hand. So please be safe out there, people. Be safe.
Yeah, remember when I told you I used to be the person, like the young kid holding the Roman candles? I don't do that anymore for that very reason.
Yeah, and Andrew and Tim, you young cusses, you be careful out there this weekend. Tim's going back to the homeland, so he's got to really be careful back there because it'd probably get a little crazy, a little wild back there.
Hey, by the way, I looked up, I found the stats on Maggie Mendelson. So she was the number 2 ranked volleyball prospect in the 2023 class, the number 32 overall basketball prospect, and 6th best post for 2022. I don't know what she was as a basketball recruit in 2023, but she was the number 2 overall recruit in the 2023 class for volleyball. So that's impressive to be able to be one of the top in your actual class in 2023, reclassify and still be one of the top in both sports. That's impressive.
I think I remember, I think it was last June when coaches were allowed to go back out on the road because of COVID. They weren't able to go anywhere. And I believe John Cook said his first stop was to fly to Utah to watch her play. So that was the first one he went to go see when he was allowed to leave campus for the first time after COVID. So that's how much he
got a text. She's freshly 17.
God. So she was like 16 a few weeks ago when she got here. I can't imagine that, Jessica. I can't imagine that.
And then you listen to her, and does she sound like a 17-year-old? I mean, was impressive, and just chatting with her before we started recording. And I mean, you have to be very smart to be able to do that too, because you have to have had all of your credits taken care of, and because there's a certain amount of classes and all that you have to be able to take and pass to be able to reclassify. And so she must have had a huge workload to try to be able to reclassify, but then the way she carries herself, I cannot believe that's a 17-year-old. That's unbelievable.
It's really impressive, really is. And so a lot of fun times ahead watching Maggie compete in both sports here in Nebraska. You know, July 1st is in 2 days. I don't think there's any doubt, Jessica, this is probably the leanest month of the year for sports. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, no college stuff's going on at all in July. You have baseball. The pro football camps haven't opened yet. NBA's over. NHL's over. This is kind of we're in the abyss, aren't we, for sports right now?
Yeah, this is when you start doing segments like the all-name team and your
4th of July food.
4th of July food categories. But yeah, it is. It's kind of a lull time when everything is over and you're waiting. But then, man, when it hits, it just hits you like a freight train. And it is here, and then it is here for 10 months or 11 months. And we still have, I feel like there's a little bit of down weeks, but I even feel like in July there is you have kind of a little highs and lows even in July, where you have some events going on and some things that you got to cover and go, and might not be sporting events, but you know, we're going to be talking about the road race quite a bit. I know they're making a big push to try to get people to sign up for that. It's a great cause and they're really excited about that, but that will be fun to get to cover that. I missed that last year. I think it was in June last year, and I think I missed it. I had to go back for something. So I'm excited to get to take in my first one. I have not been training for that. Have you? Are you going to run the 5K or walk the 5K?
No.
But yeah, this definitely, it's a little bit about 4 weeks, but as we said last night, man, once you get to training camp, it is here. It's here. Even though you don't have games, it's here.
July 17th is the date of that road race, and you can still get signed up for that. So if you need some more information, you can find it on Huskers.com. I'm out next week. One suggestion, Jessica, is you could do a segment next week, and we can do it for a couple weeks now. What did Andrew have for lunch? I think you could build a whole segment about what was in Andrew's lunch bucket.
Well, he definitely strategizes that, and
yes, he does.
Figures out how to make the most of his trips to lunch. So we'll just leave it there.
He hits the training table, and he knows exactly how much he can pack in those little carry-out bags.
It's like geometry. It's a geometry lesson. How he gets all the different food groups in that container.
So just a suggestion, maybe that'd be a cool segment starting next week. What does Andrew have for lunch?
Hey, we've got quite a bit of good content coming up for you next week. So we still have quite a few football interviews to get to that we talked to some players. And then women's basketball, I mentioned that we had talked to all of the newcomers, and you mentioned Ted Carter. And then we're going to talk a little Ireland next week, too.
Good. Very good. Hey, time to tell you to buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office, 402-413-2400. We're back to wrap up tonight's show next.
Touchdown, Nebraska! If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more. Got it! Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy, from repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it is safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief, nutrition, or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like home like Sap Brothers. For 50 years, Sap Brothers has fueled America's heartland and been a reliable partner to local farms and Husker fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment and welcoming guests into their travel centers. Visit www.sapbros.net. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You already got the hat, the jersey, maybe even the occasional red and white face paint. So kick things off right this season and add the FNBO Husker Visa debit card to the list. Pay loud and proud for every Husker decal, t-shirt, or hot dog at the game. Wear your heart on your sleeve and in your wallet with the Husker Visa debit card, free with any checking account from FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. Member FDIC.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
Our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody back with you here on a Sports Nightly Wednesday night. It's a couple minutes left in the program. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. Steve in Bellevue, Jessica, says, if you want the ingredients I use, I'll be glad to send that via text. No kidding, it's very good.
Okay. Is that the potato salad or
potato salad?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Potato salad.
Yes, send that our way, because I'm always up for trying new recipes, and my mom is a fantastic cook, as everybody up here knows. She sends cookies back all the time, and she's always looking for great recipes too for that kind of stuff. So that'd be great.
She does. I've never seen the cookies.
Combo, this food. At least you should start a food network.
I never see the cookies. I don't think they get past Andrew.
Hey, there's some up here this week, but you haven't been in studio.
Yeah, I have not been around this week, so yeah, crazy stuff there. But yeah, Steve, go ahead. I'm sure Jessica would love to try that recipe of yours. The pineapple brats is interesting too, that Dennis brought up too. That sounds intriguing to me. Andrew does not like fruit, so that would not be something up his. I forgot about brats. I love brats, and that is a pretty good 4th of July entree to throw out there as well. Again, the mini plan, only a couple days left. If you want to put together your own football 3-game mini plan, it's on sale now to the end of the month. And this has been really good. Really good response to this. And I think it's really cool for people that can't maybe afford an entire season tickets. Maybe they can't get off work. Maybe they work. Maybe they have kids in soccer, football, whatever it may be, playing volleyball in the fall and can't get away on weekends. I think it's a good way to do that. So a reminder of that. And I did not hear, Jessica, maybe you did today, are there tickets still left for the red-white volleyball scrimmage? I know there were still some left at the end of the day yesterday. I don't know about today.
I didn't see an email saying that it was sold out. I haven't heard one way or another that it was sold out, but I can look into that and let people know for sure by tomorrow. But those things go fast. Greg, I was thinking about that too, as we reflect upon a year, and that was my first ever taste of being inside Devaney for Husker volleyball. And I did not know what to prepare for. I knew it would be a great atmosphere, but I just was not prepared for a scrimmage to be an atmosphere like that. And I was blown away, and that got me really excited. That's a fun time. The fact that fans show up for even a scrimmage like that, and it'll be sold out, and it'll be sold out pretty soon. So get on tickets if you haven't already, if they're not sold out. So I'll look into that and make sure if they're still available.
August 20th, 6 o'clock in the Devaney Center. Wasn't that the scrimmage that Nicklin got hurt?
Yes, and it was a hush fell over the crowd, and everyone, had no idea what to expect. But then Ani Evans came in and did a great job. The center position is going to be fascinating to watch out for this year, being that Nicklin is going to switch positions and allow someone else to step into that. It's going to be fun to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, and what is the health status of Kennedy Orr? I mean, she was the number one setter in the country a year ago, but had some injury problems last year since they redshirted her with Nicklin having a year of eligibility left. So is Kennedy Orr healthy? Because she wasn't when they played Kansas in that spring match in Grand Island. So that'll be a big question for volleyball fans, is what's the status of Kennedy Orr? Does Nicklin have to go back and be a setter one more year? That's what a great backup, right, John Cook has. If she's not healthy, you've got an All-American type setter in Nicklin that could handle it for one more year. Pretty cool deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth in that room, and it's neat to see too when we had Nicklin come in, when she had made the decision that she'd come back and was going to maybe be in a different role, that she had talked about the relationship between the setters. It's a lot like the quarterback room, and they have to do a lot of extra work and a lot of extra film study and getting to know their hitters and where their hitters like their passes, and just that room is really tight knit and they help each other out, and it's very comparable to the quarterback room. And she seems very excited about any setter that needs to step in. She seems very, very confident in whoever it might be, whoever gets the nod at any given time. And Ani came in and provided a lot of great moments in serving and in other areas too, besides just being a setter. But she definitely stepped in and filled that role well, and everybody can't wait to see what Kennedy Orr can provide. And Nicklin boy just raved about how big her hands are and how that plays into her being such a good setter, and that she's unbelievable. So hopefully she's healthy and we can see some of that this season.
No doubt. All right, tomorrow night on the program, we're going to hear from Alante Brown, who the coaches raved about in spring ball, thought he had a great spring. I know Mickey Joseph is excited about Alante. We're going to hear from him. Lane Grindle said he would carve out time for us tonight. He landed late into Pittsburgh after a long afternoon game of the Brewers. Major League Baseball, right to the midway point of the season, so we'll hear from him. And Dave Manerick of the Cornhusker State Games will join us. They're coming up on a deadline to get, if you want to get entered to do an event, and their opening ceremonies are going to feature a bunch of Husker softball players. Going to hear all about that tomorrow night on the program. Our Sports Sunday Hotline brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto family. Shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations, simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, buy online at woodhouse.com. Thanks to Jessica, to Cole, to Andrew, and to Tim, and all of you for listening. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Good night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Visit the truck experts at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Blair for all your new Ram truck needs. From the most awarded light-duty truck in America, the 2022 Ram 1500, to the hardworking and capable 2022 Ram 2500, we have the truck to get the job done. Stop out for a test drive in Blair during the Make the Switch event, or shop, finance, and buy online with eShop at WoodhouseChryslerJeepDodge.com.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy, from repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks, foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Momentum. It's building at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. With game-changing work in precision agriculture, nanoscience, and digital humanities. We're unlocking mysteries in brain research, solving the impossible with remote surgery using robots. And we're creating bold futures with world-leading research in early childhood education. We don't slow down, and we're not letting up. We are Nebraska.
Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go is mealtime made easy. Just order delicious meals online for convenient curbside pickup or have it delivered. Want breakfast? Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go. Need lunch? Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go. Doing dinner? Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go. Get pancakes, burgers, fried chicken, lasagna, Hai-Chai Asian dishes, sushi, pizza, and more. If you're craving it, Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go has it with curbside pickup or delivery.